Hi, I'm Max Harman, and I'm a member of the Country Cousins 4-H Club in McPherson County. I've been a member of the Entomology Project for 8 years, and since my very first year in 4-H, I had a choice of 2 projects. One of them had to be beef, because my family raises shorthorn cattle. The second could be anything I wanted. I was looking through the long list of interesting 4-H projects and saw the word entomology. I asked my mom what entomology was, and she said something about collecting bugs. That sounded awesome to me, so I joined the 4-H Entomology Project. 8 years later, this is my total collection. One of my favorite things to do is to go around and give talks with clover buds and younger members and all 4-H groups about my collection and what I do with 4-H. My favorite age group to talk to is clover buds and younger children, because they have so many interesting questions and love to come up and point at the collection and point out their favorite bugs. I enjoy working with younger members so much. I'm the entomology leader for my 4-H club, and I've also begun teaching a younger 4-H member almost everything I know about the entomology project. I consider Macy my protege, and over the past year I've been teaching her everything I know about pinning, identifying, collecting, and putting together a 4-H entomology project. Along with giving talks with my collection, I also like to display it at fairs. Even though we have a fairly competitive entomology project in McPherson County, I've been grand champion at our county fair for 4 years. I'm also proud to have received a Purple Award in the Advanced Division at the Kansas State Fair for the past 2 years in a row. As you can see, my collection is getting pretty full, and as the maximum number of boxes is 3, to enhance my learning in the entomology project, I've started beekeeping. I would now like to take you outside to show you a little bit of what I've learned to add to my entomology project with my beekeeping. I got started beekeeping 3 years ago when I met 2 men who both cared about bees and wanted to help me get started. I just wanted to come out and show you what I do with my beekeeping business because I feel like beekeeping really supplements my entomology project and I've learned so much from it. Some of the main tools I use in my beekeeping is, of course, the bee suit. It's made of a tough white material because bees are only used to seeing bright colors when they search for flowers. I also have white gloves that go over my arms and hands, and they're made out of goat skin because goat skin is a lot more supple than regular leather and helps me when I'm working inside the hive with my fingers. One of the most important parts is my veil. It has zippers on the veil so it can zip right onto the bee suit so that I hopefully don't get any bees inside my suit. I also usually like to carry masking tape to cover up any holes in my suit because a couple years ago I actually had bees get inside my veil and sting me on my head. Some of the typical tools I use when in beekeeping, this is called a hive tool. It's a very flexible tool and it helps me pry apart frames or lift up frames in the hive because bees like to glue all the pieces of their beehive together with a stuff called propolis, bee glue. This is my bee brush. When I open up the hive, there are always lots of bees crawling around, and I can use this to brush them off without hurting them so that I don't crush them when I'm working inside the hive. This stuff is a mixture of essential oils. You might have heard of some people using smokers to calm their bees. This works because bees communicate using pheromones, which are different scents in the air. This works the same way as a smoker does because it masks those scents and makes it harder for the bees to communicate that there is an intruder in the hive. This is an example of one of my beehives, and this is a frame of fresh honey that I pulled out of my hives this fall. I really enjoy beekeeping because I feel like it has cemented, and entomology because it has cemented my idea that I really love learning, and I definitely want to, in the future, make my career in the hard sciences, and definitely including biology. Thank you for reviewing my record book, and please consider me for the State Entomology Record Book Award.